friends! Welcome back to the Messed Up Movies Podcast, the podcast celebrating movies and filmmakers that embrace the insane, the outrageous, the unhinged, the off-kilter, and the all-around kind of messed up fun Heath can't take his eyes off of. What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Griffey, here for another messed up draft. We're doing this a lot July because we are actually out making our first feature film, Mr. Cream Jeans Hidey Hole. We have a plea, a desperate plea for you. We need your support on the Indiegogo. You have to type in Mr. Cream Jeans in the Indiegogo because we are shadow banned. Because like Wes Craven, we are not afraid to get dirty and in the trenches of human condition. So that would be great. You can find the link to that on all of our social media. That would help us out. We reached our first goal, which is great. The more that we can get, the more we can help get this movie out to the world. Finish the movie, Blu-rays, theaters, all festival submissions. Making movies is fucking expensive. You learn once you start making them, even ultra low budget ones. So all of your help has been amazing. The more we can do, even something as little as making a video about why you helped us or asking people in your network to support the movie would be incredible. Also, please go to the Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon to make sure that you're supporting this pod. You got a ton of exclusive episodes, miniseries, Black Mirror, Tales from the Crypt, more coming. Lots of fun stuff we're working on. Heath has new Messed Up Movies Podcast shirts available, so you can find those. Incredible. It makes you just look ripped, dude. It's awesome.
Looks good.
Yeah, Heath looking very swole in that. So that would help us out a ton, guys. So I'm your host, Griffey, joined, as always, by Heath, Sam,
hello,
and returning not champion, I'm assuming, Sophia. I'm assuming I won the first two. Oh, my God. Not to be rude.
I won the second.
That was sort of rude.
Sure. That was, like, aggressive.
Was that rude?
Out the gate.
Well, because, it's a Jeopardy thing, returning champion. But if you're not champion and we keep having you back, that's funny.
I know, but why single her out?
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, none of you are champions, so that's fine. Well, Sophia won when Sam stole it from her. We already did that on a previous pod. So we're here today. Mea culpa. Sorry. Fine. You know what? This is a competition. I'm going to let it stand. I'm gonna stand on business. We are here to do another messed up draft. Today we are honoring another of our favorite horror movie directors, Wes Craven. So here are the rules. When a movie is selected, no one else can pick it. We're trying to make a 4-film film festival that we think, and you, the audience, will decide which you want to go to the most. Also, we try to have some kind of overarching theme for the programming. So keep that in mind when you comment that I am the champion. Thank you. We do have to start. We have a request. We had a request that's a little off the beaten path from Sophia and Sam. Would you guys like to make your plea to the audience?
We thought that we were too hot to handle individually.
I can tell you took the blanket off.
Yeah, it's getting hot in here. So we're teaming up on Wes Craven. Wesley.
Enemies become best friends.
They want to work as a team so that we'll have more options available.
Wow.
And they can combine their brain trust. Heath, I think this is a great compliment to you and I.
Former nemesis, now partners.
We're being generous to y'all.
No longer
giving you more options.
I think me and Heath are just towering intellects that stand alone. And if you guys need to combine, that is cool, I guess.
We shall see.
Sam is the titular fool from People Under the Stairs if he thinks this will save him.
So then, since they're combining, are we drafting 3 or 4?
We're doing 4.
Okay.
And it's also a fantasy snake draft format, so whoever picks third will go twice, this and that. So I have rolled the dice for every one of these to have a fair lineup, but I have won both of these.
Yeah.
Does someone else want to roll, or do you trust me?
I'll roll.
Sam's going to roll.
Sam have it.
Yeah, I'm good at this.
Sam's an old D20.
I've been playing D&D.
Watch. Hold it so I can see, though, you cheater. All right, so this is for you and Sophia.
Don't fuck it up. Damn.
6.
Natural 20.
That was barely a roll.
That was 6. That was terrible.
That was an 8.
8? Okay.
I'll take
and
an
then
8.
Griffey?
What'd I get?
Time.
19.
Woo! There it is.
And
why even
Heath
roll?
with a nice 20? No. All right.
All
Griffey's
right.
got it.
So who goes second?
Oh.
Heath, I think.
Heath would go second.
Okay.
Yep.
So, the draft order, again, me, Heath, and then the combined monstrosity.
what's our
Monstro.
Oh, we need
Monstro Sofa Sam.
Samphia?
Samphia?
Monstro Sofa
Sofa Sam sounds great.
Sofa Sam.
Yeah, Sofa Sam is how he's been living his life forever.
Yes.
Very comfortable in the role, as they say. Okay, so we're doing Wes Craven movies. So, I'm going to take my favorite Wes Craven movie right off the top.
Wait, are we not going to talk about how much
we should
Wes
talk
Craven?
about what... We always start this way to set some context. What do we love about Wes Craven movies? Heath, I'm going to kick this to you first.
Very right off the top. I mean, can you think of a better name for a horror director?
I mean, that is incredible. It's funny because he started as kind of a professorial guy.
Yeah.
Found his way into pornography, and then got his break with Last House on the Left.
Ooh.
And very much kind of carried that style with him. I mean, that was like one of the first very offensive,
He
why
went
are you showing
fucking
us?
hard? Last House on the Left, Hills Have Eyes. He
Yeah.
was going brutally hard.
Really
early.
hard, yeah.
But I think so that's a great point. Just built for the genre. The thing I've always loved the most about him is I feel like intellectually he brings a lot more than a lot of horror movie directors we were getting. Even the concept of Nightmare on Elm Street was based on a story about boys that were dying in their dreams. He studied all these Eastern philosophies and mysticism. He's just a very smart
But
filmmaker.
then he wrote, Nightmare on Elm Street, so.
I mean, that's
my
great
God.
high concept. So his ex-wife lives in this area, in the Indianapolis
Heath has
area.
interviewed her twice.
Right.
Oh, dang.
And
Dang,
so she does say that about him, that he always felt like he was slumming it a little bit.
Yeah.
Being in this horror genre.
I kind of thought
Trapped
Red Eye
by
was
it.
something he thought was going to like shift him out.
Well,
he
he
just
did
kind of stayed.
No,
in
it was
horror.
before. It was Music from the Heart.
Music from the Heart. I forgot. That's not getting picked,
Yeah.
is it? We'll see.
That's on my list.
But yeah, so you two, as a team, what do you guys love about Wes Craven?
What don't we love about Wes
Well,
Craven,
I'll go ahead and say I like the comedy aspect of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The comedy aspect.
Yeah, because,
Freddy's very funny.
he's very funny.
He
a lot
wasn't
of
as
funny
funny in
movies.
the first one Wes Craven did, or New Nightmare, though.
True.
Oh, so it's actually not him that made...
Scream is very funny.
But that's more Kevin Williamson.
Yeah, that is more Kevin Williamson.
I mean, and Scream, just like the idea that they could make it on such a low budget and it'd be amazing.
Well, that was one of the movies
kinda
for
his
people
thing.
our age, because we were too young to see Nightmare First Run.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Scream was like one of those explosive horror movies of our, like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing this. It was a meta take on horror movies. So Wes Craven, I think that's the cool thing, is he had so many like big horror movies.
A lot of it was
in the
meta, because
different
even New
eras,
Nightmare, right? The franchise
Yeah.
existed
Big
in the
one.
world of
which
the
is
movie.
one of the best Nightmare movies.
The hand coming out of the phone was dope.
Okay, so we love Wes Craven here. So I'm going to start with my favorite Wes Craven. I think it captures the kind of zaniness of him. It captures the just kind of gnarly, realistic horror that I think he did really well. And also, it's just such a weird, bizarre concept. The movie has the most insane set pieces. I'm picking People Under the Stairs. To me, that is the best Wes Craven movie. And I am ecstatic I got the first pick. I love The Journey of Fool. I love Mom and Dad, and he's running around with his shotgun in the gimp suit. They got Kid in the wall with fucking no tongue, and they're just dragging him through this basement of cannibal. It's an insane movie. But again, it's the classic horror thing. This is just a normal-looking house from the outside. They're just normal slumlords.
Yeah.
Right? So they're already hateable people, and you go inside of their house, and it's so much worse than you could ever imagine. And I think that's kind of one of the most captivating things about the best horror movies, is what if your neighbor was doing this wild shit, and you never know what people are doing behind closed doors. I think People Under the Stairs is an unimpeachable movie.
It's really cute that Griffey's going sentimental here. I'm actually going for
This
the
is
win.
insane.
Real cutesy.
They're teaming up on me, as you can see.
Clearly, it's between A Nightmare on Elm Street or Scream for the
Yeah.
number one
Yeah.
overall
Obvious.
pick on
I mean,
this.
if you don't want deeper social commentaries, that's fine.
Hey,
You're more
we're
surface
going-
level.
Well, can we
viewers.
stop on that for a
Okay.
minute? What do you
Well-
think People Under the Stairs was about? What's the
What's the social commentary?
Yeah.
Like,
The whole thing is about a slumlord trying to evict these
Fine.
people unfairly from their thing.
But it hasn't really lasted in the culture in the way these other films
Yeah.
have.
Maybe not your culture, dude.
Touche,
we go.
Heath.
As a
touche.
quarter Middle Eastern man,
Oh, here we
some
go.
of us whose cultures are overlooked.
Yeah. So it's still going on in the Middle East.
Yeah, in the Middle East, people under the
People
stairs.
are always under the stairs. Yeah.
Oh, damn, dude. My people. All right, Heath,
Anyway,
what do
sorry.
you got?
Okay, so we're coming up on the 30th anniversary of Scream, and I
Man.
would have always said before that A Nightmare on Elm Street was more influential, but now, after almost 30 years, I think Scream is edging A Nightmare on Elm Street as the best, most memorable Wes Craven movie. I go back to it, so my significant other, Lindsay, it's one of her all-time favorites. I think she said she saw it 6-7 times in the theater.
Damn.
I will say for that, I know a lot of people that don't love horror movies that still love
Scream. Yeah.
And love almost all of the Scream movies. Like, that's a franchise that's done, what, 7 or 8 movies at this point?
I do not like any of the other Scream movies. The first one
sad.
is it. But I think the first one is almost a perfect movie,
Yeah.
especially that opening.
Yeah.
I know it's cliche at this point, but
But it wasn't at the time. The Killing Drew Barrymore.
Amazing.
We hadn't done that since Psycho.
That started
Yeah.
all that.
You
yeah.
have
The cold open.
the when a stranger calls kind of set up with the babysitter and the spooky guy on the phone and what's going to happen and just like the brutality of the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And then her parents coming in and
They just miss her.
miss her, see her hanging from a tree at the end. They can hear her being dragged.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a perfect sequence.
It is.
For horror, for gateway horror.
It was also one of those things, if you were a big fan, Sophia, I know you agree with this, it was fun to hear them talk
Very
about
fun.
horror movies, how we talked
100%.
about them.
Absolutely.
That became one of the like iconic things of
Well,
the
they
movie.
established the rules of the horror movies.
Yeah, they were saying
an homage
all
to,
of us
like,
horror
horror
fans knew
fans,
that,
yeah.
and they were like explaining it to the normals we brought with us.
And by the time Scream came out, I mean, that whole era had more or less taken a breather, to be kind about it. It was pretty much over, and then Scream revived horror because it was kind of, no pun intended, Left 4 Dead.
Yeah.
And
There was this glut in the 80s that was starting to wear a little thin.
yeah, by the
We
time,
still had a lot of product, but
by
we were
the
in a
time we
bit
got
of a
to the
darker
mid '90s, it was all on fumes. We were doing
Yeah.
like Leprechaun movies, like
which were great.
No hate on the Leprechauns.
Which were great.
No.
But there was just nothing that
Yeah.
I mean,
Leprechaun
all those in
2026.
retrospect now are fun, but there was nothing that was really grabbing people, like say A Nightmare on Elm Street did
Yeah.
in 1984.
So a funny side that I would say, I think Freddy still has it over Scream. My buddy Dave Coggeshall, right? He wrote Orphan First Kill. His wife wrote The New Final Destination. They're like great horror screenwriters. And he used to be on my softball team, and he's the guy who hired me for 1,000 Ways to Die. He wrote on the Scream TV show. And I remember when that trailer came out, and it had the fucking horrifying new mask. And I was like, and horrifying in an awful way. Not like, wow, that's scary. Like,
Yeah.
what did you do? You melted the Ghostface mask. He said they had talks with the producer, and they said the Scream mask was now equally, if not more, associated with Scary Movie than Scream, so they thought it would be scarier to change the mask, which was a huge fucking
Huge
mistake.
mistake.
But he wrote on the Scream TV show, which was actually very underrated.
I thought it was really
I
good.
thought it was good.
Actually a very good
Yeah,
show.
I do
I was
like
bummed they canceled it.
Other than the shitty mask, that show was great.
Yeah.
And it was also one of the first really good horror franchises to have an actually good TV edition.
Well, and I think too, like Scream did what now a lot of horror franchises are able to do, which is the business side of movies, which I know a lot of people don't like to talk about, but they were able and still are able to sell merchandise to people who have never even seen a Scream movie.
Yeah.
Like you walk
Ghostface-
through a Walmart in Greenfield, Indiana, and there can be some Joe Schmo in a Scream shirt, and you're like, "Oh man, what's your favorite movie?" And he'll be like, "I don't know, man. I like this guy. He's scary." And I'm like, "Okay, right on."
This feels like something that actually happened to you.
I mean,
Well, the other
I live
thing,
out in the freaking
it was
rural
the
area.
easiest,
Yeah.
cheapest Halloween costume.
Every kid,
Yeah.
I remember, so I was a like prime trick-or-treater, we'll say like 2001. I was still a child, and every like cool kid, like Jimmy Smits down the block, heartthrob Jimmy Smits had the Scream
very
mask
cool.
with the blood where you'd pump it and the blood
the
would run
pumping
through the
Scream
mask.
mask was dope. I remember
But none
that.
of us had seen the movie. None of us were allowed to see the movie.
It's
But
a
we
dope
still,
Where did that mask come from? Did they make it for the movie, or was
I think it was just like a
generic
Halloween,
Halloween?
store.
It feels like something that I think that was the clever thing about the Ghostface
It just
character.
looked like something you could buy.
It
Yeah.
felt like something I had seen before, but not used that
Yeah.
way.
I know
Yeah.
there's a documentary I've seen that explains the origin of that mask, but I can't remember. There is a story behind it. But
Yeah.
anyway, Scream is my pick.
Scream. All right, so you guys have two back to back. You're combining
Oh, yeah,
forces, so
we
you guys
snake
can
it.
discuss amongst yourselves. I feel like there's double the expectation on them, audience.
I feel like obviously
Not a lot
we
of
should
pressure.
take Nightmare
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
We're gonna do that.
That's the obvious choice since Heath took Scream.
Why Nightmare on Elm Street for you guys?
Well, because it was his first big hit, right?
No.
Oh. Well,
He had other hits, not on that
Yeah.
level. The
That
Hills
was his
Have
first-
Eyes was a hit.
That
I mean, if you think
solidified
of Wes
him.
Craven, you think of Nightmare on Elm Street.
I agree. I think that's the one he's most recognizable. Or maybe Scream. I think he's right. Those are the two big ones.
I think it opened the door for horror comedy, and then also for, at the time, a lot of practical, but a fun way to incorporate practical and CGI together.
And it was low budget.
Super
made
low
a
budget in
shitload
the
of money.
beginning.
I think Friday the 13th, or Nightmare on Elm Street, correction, is most memorable for, over the breadth of that franchise, the most creative use of practical effects
yeah.
I think we've ever seen
Wild.
in a franchise. Each one of those movies became an absolute showpiece of insane practical effects. And I think you would argue Freddy Krueger is the most towering number one on every Mount Rushmore.
Oh, 100%.
Of greatest horror movie villains of all time.
Well, he's the only one that feels like the main character. If you're watching the movie, like you're watching it for Freddy.
For Freddy Krueger.
Whereas with Michael, it's cool, but he's just kind of an unseen threat.
Well, he doesn't talk.
He doesn't talk. Yeah.
Freddy talks the whole time.
And
Freddy has the most character, the most personality. He's the most fun. He's the one that, even though he was a child murderer and diddler, they made
like him,
kids' toys for him, and we all fucking love Freddy.
It's also one of the scariest concepts.
Yeah.
Absolutely terrifying.
You can't escape. You don't go to sleep.
Everybody's got to
There's
sleep.
nowhere getting away. It catered to like adults and kids too, which was like a unique thing where it wasn't just one demographic of instilling fear. Like you hit on, okay, the kids are afraid because if I go to sleep, Freddy's going to get me. Adults are afraid because, we started this whole generational like...
That does suck for the parents because they did the right thing killing a child diddler. There was one of those funny like movie theories is if you go back and watch that movie and Freddy was just an innocent janitor.
Yeah.
that movie's insane. And I think it makes that movie even better. When they did the disgusting remake that almost everyone hated, I didn't mind it. It's not great like the others are. But that one got into the Freddy for sure did it and had a basement of evidence and stuff, which makes it... You feel bad. You're like, I feel like the parents did a solid... And then some god somewhere is just like, yeah, we better kill all their kids forever. Okay, so that's the obvious choice. What do you guys have for your second choice?
Hit him with that other choice you had lined up.
What was the other choice I had?
Oh, wait, did Griff take?
Yeah, Griffey took it. I was going to do People on the Stairs.
Oh, sorry.
Music of the Heart is probably not acceptable.
Not very much.
I mean, the other classic one was Hills Have Eyes.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Great one.
We can team up on that. Cannibalism.
Yeah,
right?
family vacation through the desert gone horrifying. Is that what you want?
Yeah, we'll do that one.
Yeah.
Okay, so the thing about that one that was crazy is, again, Wes Craven was doing a lot of these like hard edge movies to start. And that one goes so hard to the point where you have assaults, you have a dog murder, and then they kidnap the baby and you think they're going to raise it like they say that Jupiter kidnapped a prostitute to start his like hillbilly mutant clan. They start talking about how they're going to cook the baby like a tenderloin.
Oh, yeah.
That movie is
Serve
an
it up.
all-out assault on suburban audiences. That is a fucking brutally hardcore
and I've been
movie.
to the parts of California that are the Hills Have Eyes.
That's where you were raised, right? You were raised
That's
in
exactly
Jupiter's
like
clan.
how it is up there, yeah. It's more of a documentary than anything else.
That's a good list. This is a good team-up list. All right, Heath, what do you have next?
I think since I missed on A Nightmare, I'm going to go with the next best in the series, which is A New Nightmare. Wes Craven's A New Nightmare. And him coming back to the series after how many sequels? Something like 4? We had done
6. I think that was the 7th one.
Was it really the
Yeah.
same one? Bringing back Heather Langenkamp and really doing the whole Scream bit.
Redid Scream, but with supernatural
No, this
elements.
was pre-Scream.
Was that pre-Scream?
It was pre-Scream, I'm pretty
It was
sure.
like 99.
No.
No,
I thought it was same year.
It was...
New Nightmare was 94.
94.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2 years.
So doing...
Scream was 96. So Scream ripped off A New
Scream
Nightmare.
came out on my birthday.
Doing
I
the whole-
always thought for some reason A New Nightmare was like the end of the 90s.
No, it was...
I did too.
It was 94, a whole meta bit. So, yeah, he kind of course he was going to direct Scream. He had kind of already played in those that territory. So, New Nightmare.
Hell yeah.
Damn. That's tough. See, I wish I could have gotten, like, had he stayed with the franchise, I could have gotten A Nightmare. This is tough. All right, so I'm going to go with what I think is actually the scariest Wes Craven movie, A Serpent and the Rainbow. Or The Serpent and the Rainbow.
That's super scary.
That movie
Freaky
scared the shit out of me. It's Bill Pullman is essentially a guy who finds, like, new ingredients for drugs.
It's like voodoo.
And he goes and gets caught up in, this voodoo or hoodoo, whatever it is in the movie. He gets caught in this kind of voodoo culture, right? And there is a scene in that scared me more than any scene ever. I'm extremely claustrophobic. And there's a scene where they essentially bury him alive and he's in a coffin and it starts filling with blood. And Bill Pullman sold the shit out of that, screaming for his existence in the bottom of that coffin. And it scared the fuck out of me.
Nice.
That whole movie was such like a rich white interloper starts fucking around where he's not supposed to and he gets got. It has so many great set pieces. The imagery, I think, is equally as dreamlike and terrifying as any Nightmare movie, but it feels more real than any Wes Craven movie he ever made. So that's my pick. That one scared the shit out of me.
Great pick.
So Serpent and the Rainbow, you know what? I'm going to go with Shocker. That's another one I absolutely love. Where Skinner, the FBI agent from X-Files, is a killer who gets electrocuted by the electric chair and then all of a sudden becomes lightning. It's essentially the storyline from Ernest Goes to Jail. And he can come through the TV and start murdering people. It's very campy. It's very schlocky. But it felt more fun than a lot of Wes Craven movies. It felt weirdly like that's one where it did feel like Wes Craven was slumming it, but in a super fun way to me.
Well, did the comedy kind of feel like Freddy Krueger a bit?
Maybe, because he was a killer who was like coming back after his death. But he felt more like a living hard-on than Freddy Krueger. Like, he was more sexually aroused by the murders. Like, he felt like a guy at the gym who was just finished a big set. Was like, murders!
He's been in prison for a long time.
I mean, maybe. Yeah. But I think I'm going to have a hard time selling a theme to this, but I think that movie is so fucking fun. I can't get enough of it. Heath, what do you got?
I'm tempted to pick Scream 3 to stay in the meta zone, but
that might be the worst Scream, though.
I actually love the Parker Posey character.
She's great.
She's the best part of it, but I agree, it's not my favorite, and I don't love the other Scream.
It's kind of the Scooby-Doo Scream movie.
So I too am going to veer a little bit away from the overall theme that I think that I'm building for my festival here, just to pick a really just entertaining, maybe Wes Craven's most entertaining film, in my opinion, besides Scream, and that is Red Eye.
Oh, I love
just
Red Eye.
Great thriller, a great setup, two actors that are just killing it, playing off each other perfectly. Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy, and it gets so bonkers by the end.
So claustrophobic that they have to get bonkers, because how do you do that on a plane for the whole time?
And what's impressive is it is this sort of Hitchcockian suspense, and we had been doing this during this era of the 2000s too, right? Like Flight Plan was one of those. What was that Ray Liotta movie and Lauren Holly movie? On a plane, just kind of like terror in the sky.
There's a lot of
Air Force One. We did a lot of
Con
Air.
Con Air.
Oh,
Yeah. So this one was very clever and really played with your mind. And am I seeing what I think I'm seeing? What's
You've
the
got
twist?
kind of a playing with expectations of reality.
Kind of. Okay, so we'll go with that.
Okay.
But it was actually amazing how weird and over the top that movie gets by the end. I
agree.
But it still works.
Super awesome. All right, Sam and Sophia. Sofa Sam.
Sofa Sam.
Okay. You got this one?
Yeah, and you're going to hate me, and we're going to be enemies
I
again
may
after
not.
this. I am going to defend Scream 3.
Oh.
A break in the teamwork.
So if I'm not wrong, Scream 3 had the premiere of the
Stab.
No, Stab was Scream 2.
Stab was the start of Scream 2.
Oh,
is
girl.
the Stab.
I meant Scream 2 then.
Hey,
Yeah.
Oh, you want Scream 2 in the
yeah.
college.
You want Jada Pinkett getting stabbed in the stomach?
Yes.
Okay, so
I agree with you on that one.
That's a much better
That is-
Scream
Okay.
movie.
That was-
I
and
thought
the
that
opening
was
of that
Scream
movie
3.
fucking
No.
rules.
They're
that
in the
opening with
theater.
Jada Pinkett
Yes.
Smith.
Yes. Okay.
That's the one where the guy like puts his ear against the thing and gets fucking stabbed.
Yeah.
And then the thing that's
is that
memorable,
Omar Epps?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they're on a date, and then the thing, so it's like weird. Like he's like, does he think this is a glory hole? Why would you put your ear up to a glory hole? Lots of weird questions, but he gets stabbed, and then watching the crowd cheer as Jada Pinkett gets stabbed,
just dying.
which they again it's hard to think of Scream without the scene in Scary Movie that ripped it.
Yeah.
But they did a hilarious parody of that in Scary Movie. But yeah, I thought that opening was great. The college setting was fun. It kind of got into that. They started adding a lot of these weird, more people from the back line. They just started adding family members and weird shit.
Well, and they started killing people off. Didn't
Cotton
the Goofy friend
Cotton
get
Weary.
killed in that one?
Yeah, we finally met Cotton.
You met Cotton, yeah.
But that's how you build a franchise. You got to get the characters in the door.
Yes.
You
I
gotta
think that is a
introduce
line in the
them.
movie too. This is how you build a
Probably.
franchise.
Yeah. So that I thought that was fun. And again, I think the Scream 2 thing that was memorable was that they were able to do that meta riff again.
Yeah.
And now they've done it a bunch and still keep pulling it off, because every so often they come back and like horror movies have changed like this, and they start adding these things. So I thought Scream 2 was
Scream's
really
a
effective.
genius franchise.
Laurie Metcalf as the killer was fucking great, right? I thought that one was really fun. Uh-oh, Heath not into it.
Oh, he's not in
Heath
it.
is
He's mad 'cause
is
that was
Heath
his next
representing
pick.
the audience, or is the audience cheering you aloud? All right, so there's dissension in
All
the
right.
ranks, but you
But
might have
it's-
saved it. What is your final
Is it
pick?
Snake our final pick? Okay, so we
I
kind
trust
of
you.
have. All right,
Go for
I
it.
don't know if you should.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna go with Last House on the Left.
That's a good one.
Formative.
Great one.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of the start of the like super graphic revenge violence.
So there was a run of movies with Texas Chainsaw Massacre and what were some of the other like just hardcore
They were
grindhouse?
also doing a ton of exploitation genre
Yeah.
movies now, like
I
Women
spit,
in
on, I
Prison,
spit on your grave.
Black Exploitation.
Yeah.
I Spit on Your Grave. There was a bunch of... This was kind of the birth of the seedy small theaters that would show wilder shit. So there was the whole, like, Southern exploitation, right? It was just, like, huge tittied country women in fast cars. So they had all these movies that
America.
were getting... They were offering audiences a chance to come to off the beaten path theaters and watch wild fucking movies that didn't have to follow the rules.
But the difference is with a lot of those movies, it's like a secluded area. It's like hillbilly people or like weird people. This was a suburban American.
So this
town.
was kind of the nightmare of the kids are going to the big city to see a
Yep.
concert.
Yeah.
They run afoul of the gang. They drive them out to the middle of nowhere and has this graphically, brutally long assault scene.
Yeah.
All to like folksy Cat Stevens style music,
Yeah.
which is extra insane. They kill her and then end up at the house of the parents of the girl they had just murdered.
Mm-hmm.
They offer them shelter in the storm, this and that. Everything seems fine. Then the girl comes back. She dies in the parents' house. And they go nuclear and start wasting these
Well, they
fucking
get their
parents.
revenge, yeah.
And then the mom like bites the dudes off with a blowjob, and it's insane. That movie is really one of the meanest movies you'll ever watch.
And the idea is that there's evil in all of us. If you get
Yeah, I
pushed
think it's
by
just
that.
anywhere you go, someone could be waiting to kill you.
Right.
Even if you are a killer, you could find
Even
one of
if
your
you're a killer, you
victims
might
and
get
they
fucked,
want
yeah.
righteous justice. Yeah, that movie is fucking hardcore.
And was it deserved? Yeah, probably.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I think if
I
you're
don't think
those
there's a
people,
probably there, yeah.
I think they just got exactly what they had coming to them. Yeah. All right, so that's a solid list. Heath, what do you got?
Final pick.
I think Heath and I have a tough run here.
Let's see. So I was hoping for Shocker. You already went there. I'm going to go with Swamp Thing.
Okay.
Ooh, that was my
I'm
other
stealing
choice.
that from Griff because I know that he loves the Swamp
The
Thing
Swamp.
comics.
My favorite comic book character.
A fine adaptation, but loved it as a kid. Adrian Barbeau, just one of the all-timers.
I actually, as a kid, we used to watch part 2 more with Heather Locklear. It's a little more tongue-in-cheek funny, and they had the giant other animals they had mutated. So it was like watching a Godzilla movie. But yeah, I love the Swamp
Beast
Thing.
Wars.
But it does make sense that Wes Craven took that movie on. It's more of the thinking man's monster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think that movie could have used a little more Wes Craven horror touch to it.
Yeah.
But I think he was kind of trying to walk between two worlds.
It's
with that.
PG.
Yeah.
It's a PG film.
That's tough.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
Holy shit. This is... So looking at what is left, this is a tough pick. Because we've got My Soul to Take, which I think is a pretty underrated Wes Craven.
You got Scream 3 and 4. left.
Vampire in Brooklyn. I'm not taking another Scream. I'm going to go a smaller Wes Craven, but one that I think so overachieves. Deadly Friend. Have you guys seen this
I've
one?
never
No.
seen.
So essentially a boy creates a robot, right? It's like a Herbie robot that runs around and can fucking attack people if he wants. It's like an advanced computer brain he created. He falls in love with the girl next door, right?
Wait,
and
the
she
robot
gets-
falls in love?
No, the kid, the little
Oh,
teenage
okay,
kid.
okay.
And it's played by, God, what was her name? She was like the huge heartthrob of all of us at the time.
Alyssa Milano?
No,
Mia
no, no, no,
Sarah?
no, no. Younger.
Drew Barrymore.
Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong way. Hold on. No, this is killing me. I can't think of this. Christy Swanson.
Oh.
So Christy Swanson is the girl next door he falls in love with, right? She has an abusive drunk dad who they have a tussle and he drops her down the stairs and she gets her neck broken and is dead, right? The kid sneaks into the hospital, steals her body, unplugs his robot's brain and puts it in the girl next door's brain.
Ooh.
She comes back to life as now like this ghastly make-upped girl who has this AI brain in her and starts going on a fucking bloody murderous rampage, including killing her dad. She goes next door and kills Mama Fratelli, who's the shitty neighbor who shot the robot. So he had two dead friends that he combined. This is one of my favorite kills in horror movie history, though. She comes back in and Mama Fratelli's like, "What are you doing at my house?" And yelling at her. She picks up a basketball and throws it like 100 miles an hour, hits Mama Fratelli's head against the wall, and it explodes scanner styles.
Jesus.
And it is incredible. It's a very weird Shaggy Dog movie, but super fucking fun.
Nice.
And I think of all the Wes Cravens left, that's the one that I enjoy the most. So I've got... This is a tough run here. So Sophia Sam,
Sofa Sam.
Nightmare on Elm Street, The Hills Have Eyes, Scream 2, Last House on the Left.
It's actually way better than
That's the all-star lineup.
Scream
really
2
good.
is the one where you're like, all right, Scream 2 maybe not as much, but
Scream
still
2 was excellent.
very good movie. Heath, Scream, Wes Craven's New Nightmare, Red Eye Swamp Thing. And then my list is a little more all over the place. People Under the Stairs, Serpent and the Rainbow, Shocker, Deadly Friend. So I did pull this back and save. This is the white people up to no good list. Right?
Okay.
This is kind of normal suburban guys, because the People Under the Stairs guy, he probably had the nicest house in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
Right? The People Under the Stairs were there
Obviously, he had a
taking
big
rent.
basement.
Yeah, Shocker is coming into like all of our suburban homes and killing us through our TV. And Deadly Friend is a classic boy falls in love with the girl next door and puts a robot in her brain and she kills everyone.
Classic.
So
yeah.
So I might actually have the best themed list
You always think that.
of all of these.
Yeah, nah.
The problem is with certain directors, it's hard to find the theme when you have so many less options. So I think our themes are weak across the board except for mine. But this is a very tight list. Is anyone feeling good off the bat that the audience is going to agree with you?
I feel like we've got it in the bag.
Yeah.
Easy.
I
New
am
Nightmare
actually
is the
shocked
only
having
one.
heard you read it back that Sophia Sam might just
Yeah,
have it.
you know what our theme is? Those are his best movies.
Wow.
That's
so
the thing.
you know what I realized in this draft? This is the first draft. We're having the last pick of the round was huge because Sophia Sam got to take The Hills Have Eyes and Nightmare on Elm Street back to back.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
So you guys got a really powerhouse turn. I think
Although-
the last pick was an
We're like the
advantage.
start of our own studio.
I think that, but I don't think The Hills Have Eyes is really that good of a movie. It's better
it was iconic.
remembered. Like
got
the
sequels.
remake
Yeah, it
is
was-
way better.
It was definitely better remembered, but yeah.
Right.
Well, I think because you also got Last House on the Left. So you had this early hardcore Craven into Nightmare on Elm Street, hit probably his most memorable movie, and then Scream 2.
The original punk rock
showing
movies.
that he could start another franchise. So that's a pretty powerful list. I still think mine is just way better. And I think if you were going to sit for 4 movies, I have the highest entertainment value. That's what I'm going to... Do you want to watch so many rapes? Go to Sophia Sam's festival. That's insane. That's insane. And then Heath's just, got a
Hey,
rock
we have a
solid
niche
list.
market.
Yeah. Anyone who goes to your festival might be coming out in cuffs. What is the ICE for sexual predators? Because we need one of their raids at your
I
film
think mine
festival.
is the most accessible. Mine is by far the most accessible.
Yeah, Scream is tough to
Festival.
beat. New
Yeah.
Nightmare
New Nightmare,
might
I don't
also
know.
that might actually be his most underrated movie.
Yeah,
What
I
was your
think
third
so.
one?
Red Eye.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Heath has the playing with reality.
Easy watching.
He's got a good theme. He's got playing with reality.
Easy watching.
Even Swamp Thing, right? So I think this is a very tight one. I think we know who really won. But we'll let the audience decide. So in the comments, let us know who you think won this film festival draft. Eventually, we're going to have to get an actual leaderboard up here and start tallying wins. That's what we're going to have to add to the studio. So, guys, if you could help us out, please go find Mr. Cream Jean's Hidey Hole on Indiegogo. Help us start our own Wes Craven-like journey just 20 years later. That would be fantastic. You can find it on all Misfit Parade socials or go to Indiegogo and type in Mr. Cream Jeans. Also go to the Messed Up Movies Podcast Patreon page to help support this show. Tons of awesome stuff over there. We got our new shirts that Heath is modeling right now. Lots of fun stuff, guys. That's the best way to help this show and make the show exactly what you want, guys. So thank you for your time. Thank you, everyone here, for drafting this with us. We will see you next time.